Guys, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast, and of course thank you for tuning in once again. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. Don't forget to hit the notification button. You know, when you subscribe and hit the notification button, whatever show I upload, whenever I'm live, you guys are gonna be finding it easy to find the channel, and of course view the latest updates around Arsenal. So guys, never forget to smash the like button as well as hit the notification button. The Transfer Talk Show is here, and I want us to talk about Amadou Diawara's deal. Arsenal is in talks with Roma to see that we can actually bring him in a swap deal that could see Lucas Torreira crossover to Roma, and then we get Amadou Diawara instead of Partey. Of course, if you see Amadou Diawara in the colors of Arsenal, it means we are not going to see Thomas Partey. And according to Onstein, although you know, he's one Arsenal fan, you know, he always writes so good, you know, about Arsenal. He did come out and confessed that yes, I'm an Arsenal journalist writing with the Athletic, but it is gonna be very hard for Arsenal to get Thomas Partey if they cannot table 50 million. Now today, news came in that Arsenal was ready to, you know, table 50 million for Thomas Partey. However, that bid has not yet been taken in by Atletico Madrid. Now time is running out. We have 15 days, are they 15, 14 to the start of the season. You know, we have a very hard, you know, 7-game run at the start. We have Fulham and West Ham. You know, everybody would be like, Fulham and West Ham are easy clubs. Those are North London clubs. Those are not North London, you know, derbies. They are London derbies, and you know what it means to, you know, to run a London derby at the beginning of the season. It's gonna be very, very, very tight for us. Now, we also have Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, and Manchester City. You know, and Leicester City among the, you know, first 10 games we have to play. So we have a very hard season. You know, we have a very hard season start, so we have to prepare in abundance. Now Diawara linked with Arsenal. He has been linked with Arsenal before. We are in a 27 million move, but it seems Mikel Arteta really wanted to test chances. Can I get Thomas Partey first? Can I go, you know, can I get my priority, you know, my transfer priority target? Now it seems we are going to be falling out, or with Atletico Madrid so much, and we might actually not get Thomas Partey. The first option was we give them Lacazette, they give us Partey, one of us adds the other, you know, cash. Atletico Madrid refused. The other option was, you know, we pay them 40 million cash, and the other 10 comes in add-ons. Still, they refused. So, you know, they are making the deal very hard. It seems they want to keep the player, according to the latest rumors coming in from Fabrizio Romano. It seems, you know, they would want to keep their own player. Now, I brought some statistics, you know, Partey versus Diawara. Do you think Partey is better or Diawara is better? Now, I'm going to compare the two players last season and see who do you think we need. Do we need Partey because he has been linked with Arsenal more, or do we need Diawara because his, you know, statistics are better? Now, last season, Partey had 47 passes per game in the La Liga. In La Liga, 47 passes per game. Diawara had 46 passes per game in the Italian Serie A. Partey had a passing accuracy of 84%. Diawara had passing accuracy 89%. Tackles were 3 for Partey per game. He made 3 tackles per game, and Diawara made 3 tackles per game as well. That is, you know, at home in the home leagues. Now, in the UEFA Champions League, Partey had 63 passes per game, 85 passing accuracy, and 3 tackles per game. Roma was in the Europa League, and before they were knocked out, Diawara had 54 passes per game in the Europa League, 88 passing accuracy, and 2 passes and 2 tackles per game. Who is better, Blood? Who is better? I think, you know, on paper, Diawara is better because he has a passing accuracy of, you know, an average of 88%. Partey has an average of 84% passing accuracy. You know, when you look at the passes per game, you know, both players have an average of something like 55, because Partey has 47 passes per game, you know, in the La Liga last season, and he has 63 passes per game in the UEFA Champions League last season. Diawara has 46 and and 54. That is in the Europa League and Italian Serie A, respectively. Now, this shows you that Partey is more of an involving player. It shows you that he has more engagement in the game than than the man himself, Diawara. Both of them made one assist in the season because they are CDMs. Now, the truth is that we have finally got to see that our transfer budget is as narrow as as that hole in the needle. And that's why we have started doing the business we have to do. Maybe we are not meant to take Partey. Maybe we are not in position to sign Partey. Maybe the player we have to take is Amadou Diawara. We have been linked with Abubakali Somares, at some point. But I think Diawara is decent, blood. Decent. 89 passing accuracy, 88 in the Europa League last season, 3 tackles won per game. 2 tackles won per game in the Europa League, 46 passes per game. That is decent, blood. That is decent. He's 27 million pounds. When 27 million pounds and available on a swap deal when Torreira crosses over to Roma. And when I look at the difference, Partey doubles Diawara in income, in price. But what is the difference between the two players? Yeah, I know, you people are gonna, say, Partey is better, Partey is brilliant, Partey has, game, high game involvement, he passes more and so on. But just look at this 46 passes per game and 47 passes per game. The difference is really small. I think it's maybe the difference is Partey has been in the Champions League. He's playing with a high profile club, which is Atletico Madrid, bigger than Roma, maybe something like that. But let us, remind ourselves of the Arsenal that we started supporting, the Arsenal that used to bring in the Samuel Nasris, at, I don't even remember that, the prices. Samuel Nasri, less than 10 million, players like, Cesc Fabregas, less than 10 million, and they became, great blood. They made our club an admirable club. Probably that's where we have to go. And for me, I'm happy that Arsenal is getting back to their senses. We are getting back to our senses that maybe we cannot get the high profile priced players. Let us get the high, the high rated future talents. Amadou is decent, man. Amadou is decent. I want to defend him. When I saw this story, I was mad. I was like, why are we going for the cheaper options always? But when I look at the statistics, I'm shocked. Partey, actually, Amadou beats Partey in passing accuracy by far, almost by 4%. And then the passing accuracy, passes per game is a difference of 47 versus 46. And I got this information from infogol.com. So if you want to check the facts, go there. Tackles 3. So what's the difference, man? I think Amadou is just disadvantaged because he's in Italy, which is a low profile league versus the La Liga. He has not been playing the Champions League, and Partey has been in the Champions League, something like that. And when you see that Torreira has failed to settle at Arsenal, there's no way you're going to bring in Diawara, add his wages to the Torreira wages, because we know that is not the Arsenal we are supporting, and we cannot support all those players, all those players' wages when they are not actually playing on the pitch. So why don't you offload Torreira, let him go to Roma in a swap deal, and then get Diawara and add something like 10 million? Of course, I remember we had to bring in Justin Kluivert from Roma still, and then Arsenal somehow we buffered. But we had to bring in Justin Kluivert in the Henrik Mkhitaryan deal, if you still remember, guys. Arsenal wanted to add 5 million, only 5 million, on such a highly rated player in Justin Kluivert, and that's how we lost him. Roma said, no, we are not going for the deal. Let us go heads on for Henrik Mkhitaryan. But at a time like this, when you don't have money, this is what you have to do, blood. Get the players you don't want, take them out there, swap deal. Make the swap deals. You're going to get quality players. And for me, I'm going to be frank with you. I'm gonna be very happy when we get, when we get Amadou Diawara, because he's better than what we have at the moment. He's better than what we have. If I can partner a player of 89 passing accuracy with a player like Granit Xhaka, whose passing accuracy is not doubtable, not in Arsenal, not in Europe, not in the league. One of those players that can pass the ball accurately is Granit Xhaka. Then I know the mistakes in the midfield are minimized, because I have Xhaka has 85 passing accuracy. And he has that mass. He doesn't lose his, he doesn't lose the ball so easily. Diawara is the same caliber. You just need a creative play, midfielder then. So I think the Thomas Partey deal is still our priority. But if we can go for Diawara, just like the media are reporting, I think it's gonna be a good deal for for me. It's going to be a good deal for us. Because if I look at Diawara, and then I look at the central defensive midfielders around the Premier League, N'Golo Kante, I look at Fred and Pogba and Matic, and then I look at Fernandinho, I look at Gigi Wijnaldum and Henderson, and I look at who else? Such kinds of players, man. The Tillemans and so on. I think he really fits in the league. It's just that he is disadvantaged, and fans don't want him because he's from Roma, and they know less about him because he has not been in the Champions League. News has not been covering him widely. But just look at his statistics, and Arsenal are going to bring him a wonderful player if we bring in Amadou Diawara. Trust me, guys. Trust me on this. Let us go for Amadou Diawara. He's not better than Partey, I'm not saying that, but they are in the same rating. In the same rating. You get Diawara, maybe he can become another Thomas Partey. You bring Thomas Partey, well and good. But at a time when that your budget, your finances cannot permit you, you're not free to spend the way you would want to spend, because you are Arsenal, you are the broke Arsenal. You go for Diawara, man. 27 million pounds. Even if it wasn't a swap deal, 27 million pounds is decent money. Decent. And Diawara is a decent man. Is a decent man. Decent player. So guys, let us think about that. Do we go for Diawara? Is it okay we go, if we go for Diawara, then Partey, or we chase the Partey deal that's never going to happen? Get me your comments in the comment box, and I thank all those people who have made it a routine to comment. It means a lot to the Arsenal podcast, because it is a Ghana's show. It's a Ghana's platform where you guys have to tell me what you think, and I share with you what I think. So in this opinion, in this episode, I'm going with Diawara. He's cheaper. Same, he has the same statistics as Partey. I would go for Diawara. I would go for Diawara. But of course, we are also linked with Bubakali Somare, and Lille are saying we should table our bids as soon as possible, because the French League is going to start as soon as possible. And I think not so many clubs are, will want to be disturbed when the season starts. So Lille are saying we should take in our bids as soon as possible. I don't know whether we are even going to bid for him. Today we have been linked again with Thiago Alcantara, and Bayern yesterday came out, and yesterday but one came out and said they haven't received any bids from Liverpool. So maybe Arsenal should be the first team to bid for Alcantara, and for them, they are really open. They are saying anyone with a decent bid, we are taking it up. It is the Arsenal Transfer Talk Show with me, Kosi, and of course I'm gonna sign out. I'll come back with Manchester with the Arsenal Liverpool reaction, the Community Shield reaction, and then I'll come back with another transfer banger video. Keep it Arsenal podcast. Why? Subscribe, like, and of course hit the notification button.